system to make sure that we're all on the same page and able to plan for the foreseeable risk and be resilient to those risks that may not be foreseen.
Thank you. I now recognize Ranking Member Kennedy for 5 minutes for any questions he may have.
Yeah, thank you, Chairman. Sheriff Barnes, thank you again for being here today. In your testimony, you make the case for sustained federal investment in Homeland Security funding. As you've mentioned already, that funding is critical, including $61 million through State Homeland Security Program, $156 million through the Urban Area Security Initiative, and $2 million through Operation Stone Garden in fiscal year 2024 in order to prepare for FIFA World Cup and the Olympics around the corner. Can you just discuss how the threat prevention and response capabilities enabled by these FEMA programs have helped your community proactively prepare for these mass events? And separately, how that funding in such a robust manner helps these programs in California and New York prepare for these upcoming mass gatherings?
Yes, thank you, Congressman. First, the funds that are being provided through those three initiatives specifically are essential in maintaining our posture of the 80 fusion centers nationally. Our HIDA programs are different funding, but that's been stagnant, has a significant risk. Operation Stone Garden, I already mentioned what would happen, but I'm going to turn the corner. Without those funds, this is what will happen. We have to step back from our posture in our fusion centers, which I think has been the most beneficial national security initiative that we maintained over the last 24 years, or 22 years since 2003 when they were stood up. Operation Stone Garden stops. We don't protect our borders and other initiatives that we have with those funds. So without those funds, for example, I fund majority of my fusion center out of local taxpayer dollars. It subsidizes some of that program, but the Northern California Regional Intelligence Center is 100% funded through FEMA grant opportunities, Shishkap and Uwasi. That means that program stops. And they have a major initiative happening throughout the FIFA World Cup. That means no intelligence, no vetting, no collaboration that would happen in that area and other areas like it. So we've taken a huge step back of keeping our nation safe. And I'll tell you, these have worked well because nothing bad has happened. We've intervened, interdicted, acted left of bang in numerous circumstances that has kept our country safe. This is not the time to step away from those programs.
Thank you very much. Sheriff, again, a critical part of preparing for these mass events is ensuring that first responders have what they need to in the event of an emergency. DHS programs train first responders so they can respond more efficiently and effectively. Troublingly, the Trump administration has closed the National Fire Academy in Maryland, one of the nation's premier training facilities for first responders. And his proposed budget would eliminate the National Domestic Preparedness Consortium, a group of 7 nationally recognized organizations that provide training for FEMA and first responders. So, Sheriff, this program is hosting several trainings in the greater Orange County area next month, dedicated to sport and special event evacuation and protective actions. As you prepare for the 2028 Olympics, how might these expert trainings help the first responder and law enforcement community in Orange County?
Thank you again. I will tell you that I will not speak how they would retrospectively, they have been beneficial in our response platforms and protocols. The American public never sees what we do behind the scenes, and if we do it well, they never do see what we do behind the scenes because we invested in these infrastructures and planning and logistics and resources and training, and all that happens in the shadows. But you can't step up or stand up a team to be responsive on the fly. It has to happen in real time, multi-agency collaboration, which we do routinely with our partners in firefighting and other venues and platforms. So it is an investment to be ready to respond. Hopefully that we don't need to, but this is also a huge investment on resources and personnel that have to be on the ready, standing in reserve in response to these venues, and it's been that way for decades.
Thank you, Sheriff. And as you likely know, we have a Department of Homeland Security secretary who stated that this administration's intent is to eliminate FEMA. Are you concerned about the impact that might have on Orange County that you represent and the state of California, as well as our responsiveness across the nation?
Yes, and once again, that is a great question. Obviously, I'm going to hypothesize, but if we start to draw back on these investments, whether it be in Orange County, California, nationally, we're turning a corner, and we're actually, I would say, inviting something bad to happen without our ability to be responsive or to interdict prior to that act happening. So I would say this is not the time that we should be backing away from these investments. We need to maintain our posture of readiness across the nation.
Thank you, Chairman. I yield back.
The ranking member yields back. I now recognize the gentleman from Colorado, Mr. Evans.